Hello YouTubers, my name is Brad, and welcome to another super duper exciting edition of Bad Rap, and guess what? I get to be your swell host for tonight's show, oh yes, oh yes! Yeah, my good buddy Anzac is letting me host his show while he's on vacation, and I got to tell you, I am feeling more excited than a bowl of tropical fruit to be having such a swell honor, ha ha ha! Well, I would sing a song about it, but I'm sure you'd want me to get to tonight's guest. So here he is, just flying in by way of magic carpet, a bang to the bone Aaron, who despite his discolored complexion, he never ever feels blue. Oh well, isn't that just nice? But anyways, let's give a big and welcome to the not-so-grand Vizier himself, the one and only Zigzag.
Yes, you heard it loud and clear. Zigzag, your swell Vizier is here.
Oh yay, buddy! It is so swell to have you on tonight's show, Mr. Zigzag. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, and what plans you have in store for our swell community?
Yes, greetings viewers of all the earth. I bring you great tidings of swell worth, about my brand new occupation, which will be sure to sweep the nation. So listen well, my fine foot fans, as I tell you my swell laid plans of a brand new group to the community, of which we'll make, okay, fuck all this rhyming bullshit. Let's start this again. Assalamu alaikum Bad Rap viewers, it is I, the one and only Zigzag. You may remember me as one of the main antagonists of the animated film The Thief and the Cobbler, of who was trying to win the heart and feet of the lovely Princess Yum Yum, by using the magic of the 3 golden testicles. But we'll let the dubster go further into detail of those events, when he gets around to making a future video on that particular project. For now, let's give the fourth wall a break, haha pun intended, and get to what you all came here for. Now, as you probably guessed by the earlier statements of my monologue, yes, I am a podophiliac, and my extra long fin gifts from Lilith are the living proof of any Arabian tale. And trust me offendees, you'll really feel the difference when you have my wormy toes wrapped around the exposed areas of your body like smooth-looking strands of blue spaghetti. It's just as swell as it sounds, haha. But despite my best efforts to try and steal the affections of my onion beloved, even going as far as teaming up with that vile Vanguard refugee King One Eye, I still managed to lose Yum Yum to the aforementioned titular cobbler, and rumor has it she's even hooked up with some 80s Jap chick and her girls only club of Aussie underdogs, a no sweet mecca that hits harder haha in the context of a hard kick to the face, harder than any sort of rejection.
Oh, get over it, Zigzag. There was only a 1001 Arabian Tales to -0 chance of you actually getting the princess anyway. Okay, now I'm the one with competition here.
Excuse me, but may I continue? Good. Anyways, that is why I would like to announce my newest group to the Speakonia community, which I am calling the Zigzag Zallies. Yes, offendees, what has been rumored for several videos on this YouTuber's channel is finally going to be addressed in this swell interview. Now then, the Zigzag Zallies is a podophiliac group that is dedicated to waging war and or mildly antagonizing the other footster groups of the community responsible for getting the literal jump on our wannabe significant others, or to team up with said group for the greater foot good, should the need ever arise. Also, we are dedicated to tracking down the legendary Speakonia treasures before those butthurt agenda-pushing footsters in the Carmen Collective have a chance to give podophilia a bad name and a cause, so we can use them to become the most established foot fondlers in the community and win the long-awaited affections of said... What? Seriously, you're doing this right in the middle of my interview? Alright fine, let's get this over with. Well, I'll just have to pass the mic over to my second-in-command while I'm down on my knees. Now if you'll excuse me, Mecha beckons.
Oh boy, I wasn't expecting that. But anyways, here's a word from one of our surprise guests backstage. Take it away, buddy.
Greetings, lowly peasants. Remember me? If not, then I would be honored to grant you the pleasure of reintroducing myself. I am the one and only Seirio Tenon, the glamorous Tenchi Muyo star who served as one of the minor antagonists in the second OVA series Tenchi Muyo Ryo Oki, and the former headmaster of the GP Academy turned Major Ali to General Deluma and the Good Luck Paddle Pirate Fleet in Tenchi Muyo GXP. You may also remember me as the sworn enemy of Sino Yamana from the latter series, and that is mostly still accurate. Yes, that unworthy peddle peasant actually had the dumb luck of winning the ashy affections of my old childhood BFF on a Maycognac, and it still makes me bitter to this very day. Yes folks, Amane has grown up into quite the galactic bombshell since our younger days, and has quite a smooth-looking short stack to boot. And not to sound ungentlemanly, but that towhead still makes my toes curl like the dickens, ha ha ha. And you're probably thinking, wasn't Ahuna to have made a rebound to my former captor Kiyu Komachi at the end of said spin-off show? Well, to all the spare-pairing noobs on the World Wide Web, I'll have you know that soon after the events of GXP, the pussy pirate in question was indoctrinated by a certain devil dyke in the Betty Bunch. I'll have you know that I'm still pretty tight with General Deluma. In fact, he sometimes invites me over to our old vessel the Good Luck Fleet Chipunko, where me and his harem honies threw the wildest pedal beach parties this side of the Dagobah system. But I can assure you that my literal arch-rivalry with Saina Yamana is far from over. Soaking myself in a pool of Amane's foot sweat may just be a fantasy now, but mark my words, I will make her my main soul squeeze once you're out of the picture for good. Well, I think I've said enough. Now let's hear some home truths from another corn colleague who also happens to be a fellow Kajishima character like yours truly.
Greetings Earthlings, my name is Sir Pop Pucciarino Nanodon, the illustrious main antagonist from Photon the Idiot Adventures. And if you think that I am just a big shoe-chasing toe tripper as my cultured comrade Sario-chan, then you would be bang that set of tender drumsticks with a side of dumplings on right. Speaking of which, I myself happen to have my own luscious set of Lilith's Great Bounty, with a pair of tender toes to spare. Of course I am not bearing the spares with anyone but myself. And for those of you who are wondering what I mean by that statement, well, that's very simple to answer, as I intend to form a massive heel harem to rival that of any in the entire galaxy. But such an endeavor has not been easy, I tell you, especially since that little pedal punk photoner had beaten me to the punch, no pun intended, in fetching Hinakra for my next Bunyan bride by claiming her for himself. And if that wasn't an offense to my injury, he had also stolen the heart of Princess Lasher Moon, of whom I was planning to marry in order to increase my desired harem 100-fold. But now those plans are ruined since that damn photon had swept the princess and my aforementioned beloved Keen off their feet, an entirely intentional and anger-fueled pun that time. Erg. Of course things aren't too bad for yours truly, especially since I still have plenty of Bochi foot slaves still loyal enough to pleasure my pancakes. Not like they have anything better to do anyway. And now that I have the zigzags always on my side, it'll be like having a pancake breakfast in bed every day once I get my heel harem off the ground. Not that these breakfasts will involve much eating, if you know what I mean. Wink. Just where does that keep coming coming from? Well, never mind. So anyway, to Photon Earth, you can go ahead and keep those 2-foot floozies if you wish, cause one day I'll have me a massive harem of heel honeys greater than anything you can imagine. Mark my words, Photon, I'll be one step ahead of you yet, and for you, that'll be one step too many, ha ha ha. Okay, seriously, who keeps doing that? But anyways, here's another member who's itching to get something off his chest, or rather, something on your chest. Haha, there you are.
Why hello there folks, remember me? Well, if you're into trippy disco beats of the space variety then you should. Yes, it is me Riot, the groovy sex machine leader of the band The Stingers from that swell cartoon gem. And speaking of the main protagonist from the aforementioned series of which we represent, I am still madly in love with the equally aforementioned drunken footster female. Yes. Considering my swell presence in this video, despite what rumors you may have heard of joining either the Benny Bunch or the Carmen Collective, I can assure you that me and the Stingers have signed a 69-year record deal with Zigzag and his sexy meat slab militia, and me and my fellow bandmates are even tighter than ever, ha ha ha. But even the sexiest foot three-ways you can imagine with said bandmates still pales in comparison to the burning passion I carry for the ever-voluptuous gem. The fact that she and the holograms have hooked up with another pancake breakfast club led by some kick-ass Asian rom-com refugee is nothing but a minor technicality. I swear I will make Gem mine and mine alone if it's the last thing I do. Watch yourself, Akane Alpha, the sting will come when you least expect it. Okay, you're up next, fella.
Hello there, land dwellers. My name is Big Daddy Goose, head pedal patriarch of the Goose family from the Sid and Marty Croft show Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. And yes, us sea monsters may like to scare for a living, but we are also very culturally aware, with some smooth-looking calamity worthy of the horniest anti-fanatic of Hamada. Me as well as the rest of the Goose family are all members of the Zigzag Zowies, minus our youngest son Sigmund, who is now joined at the tentacle to those two fleshy-toe twins Johnny and Scott. And if getting him back home wasn't hard enough, refer back to our boss Big Blue for the earlier statement. Hard enough him and those aforementioned shaved monkeys have joined up with some guitar-wielding rice picker and his band of underdeveloped sock sniffers who call themselves Team Coonskin. Although I don't know what an obscure 70s animated flick about a black rabbit has to do with underage pedalage there.
Oh, what a revolting development it is. Alright, our incestual mega stop suction cup orgies just aren't the same without Sigmund here to be our own personal tentacle slave.
Well, it never would have happened if you hadn't made him run away in the first place, Blurp. What with you picking on him about the mad tentacle rubs he used to give us?
Me make him run away? Oh, pardon me, Slurp, but I'm not the one who put seahorse radish in his moisturizer cream last April Fool's Day.
No, but you are the one who flushed his favorite foot fatter centerfold of KZ kelp from the snorks down the toilet when he wouldn't let you have some of his diet bunion.
Yeah, well, you're the one who made him suck on your tentacles that day you were frolicking about in the rancid seaweed swamp and he got a bad case of diarrhea for a week.
Well, that's still not as bad as the time you tricked him into eating a jar of your oyster lugies and told him that it was some of Sweet Mama's pickle toe gem
Oh, sweet salmon dildus, will you to stifle it there already? I mean, we're on the 10th soundbite on our introduction and I still had more to say here. Now stop pointing the tentacle already and chill out, before I give the both of you seaweed wedgies there. Here.
Sorry, Big Daddy.
Ugh, sometimes I think I should have had daughters instead of sons. At least with the daughters I'd have 3 different vaginas to slide my slippery appendages into every night. But now that I lost my train of thought, I guess we'll just move on to someone else there.
Hey there, folks. The name's Flip, and yes, this greasy old fart's also a member of this well-footster group. These finely aged, smooth-looking sausage patties don't lie, ha. I am the proud owner of Flip's Foot Food and Fuel, where I sell such delectable products like foot sweat flickies and pedal cheese nachos. Now you would probably think that a man born with rearranged organs and a pair of double butt cracks would fit more into the homosexual crowd. But all this here double booty is good for is excreting piles upon piles of rich tangy toe jam, and my triple head penis, which resembles a chicken leg and tastes like a big toe pisses out foot sweat like the dickens, pun entirely intended.
Meg, a double butt crack which can excrete toe jam? Talk about delicious poop poop.
Boy, that loud shit will literally laugh at anything. And speaking of which, I also happen to be a raging pedophile and crave the smooth-looking pedals of Aussie adolescents and toe tweens. And even if I've pretty much made myself an unwelcome guest at the Loud House, I swear on my 4 arse cheeks that those sexy siblings of said family, including that sexy Lincoln Loud, will become my personal sex slaves and I will have them provide me non-stop pedal pleasure till the fat lady sings.
Or, by speaking of standards, until the fat friar sings.
I'm not fat! Oh, I didn't know you were still here, Luann. Not that I mind or anything.
Here, why is she still here? I mean, she's not even a bad guy in her own show there.
Hey, apparently you've never seen any of the April Fool's episodes.
Well, I probably would have left a lot sooner. But Papa Chaw has been doing such a swell job choking my rubber chicken that I don't want it to stop.
Oh yeah, glad to see I haven't lost my touch. And after all is said and done, you'll be wishing not to lose it either.
Seriously though, this feels real good.
Seriously, I'm not fat. Well, I think we've dragged this bit out long enough. Here's the next member.
Hey mates, it is me Harvey Crumpet, who you may remember by the 2003 Adam Elliott short film of the same name. Having migrated from Poland to Australia and being diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome has been no walk in the park, but luckily I was able to turn my life around the day I became a nudist. A no good night Irene, it is indeed as swell as it sounds. I also happen to collect a lot of facts about the ever-growing growing world. Fact number 69, the myth about the average man thinking about sex every 7 seconds is not a myth at all. The entire Speakonia community is living proof of that. But let's get to the point already. Since the metal plate in my head was recently struck by lightning causing it to become magnetized, it also caused a new fixation to my Tourette's syndrome, and that is my current interest in sexy, smooth-looking bare feet. too right. In addition to touching strangers' noses, I also have the uncontrollable impulse to give their pancakes a pleasurable rub down. Moreover, this is also the case for the other way around. It would appear that the plate in my head attracts more than just metal. Fact number 525. Podophilia is one of the most common fetishes in the world. This is mostly because of the widely believed theory that the parts of the brain which process foot sensation and genital arousal are connected to one another. So it's possible that in addition to sex, that the average man thinks about feet every 7 seconds. By the way, did you ever notice that the number 7 kind of resembles an upside-down leg? How's that for a swell coincidence?
I'll say, now instead of a lucky rabbit's foot we can just say a lucky 7.
Right. But anyways, I joined up with Zigzag's mom because it may be the best way to reconnect with my daughter Ruby, who moved to the States some time ago to become a disabled activist. Plus it's a great way to help me get over my dearly departed wife Valerie, who had succumbed to the rare and random disease known as unestablished-itis. Also, I can support the group financially, collecting Australia's truest source of income without getting no hassle from the bloody tradies. Fact number 808. A tradie, short for tradesman, is one of the most respected members of Australian society, unlike in other parts of the world, particularly the United States, where they're considered lower-class citizens. Not that that has anything to do with what we're talking about. Well, thanks for listening, coppers. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll take a Winnie Blues break while I let this shared income Sheila go next.
Greetings harpy chokers of the YouTube realm, my name is Megara and yes I too am part of Zigzag's harem of mega stomp fanatics.
Whoa, there's an actual righteous babe in this lineup, and for a second I totally thought this was gonna be a major sausage party. Thank you Dub Dude for proving me so wrong.
Yes, thank you very much. Now you're probably wondering why an established Disney princess like myself would be part of a footster group that consists mostly of antagonists. Well, don't get me wrong, me and Hercules are still a hot item. In fact, I was just teasing him with my sandaled pancakes just a few days ago. It's just that for some reason my silky gifts of the Grecian gods have always attracted the attention of the bad boys, and in all fairness, I just can't help myself. So as you can tell, being one of Zigzag's harem honeys is living proof that I have a life outside of Wonder Boy. Besides, why would a flaming hot foot femme fatale like yours truly want to hang out with those prissy princess types? I'd rather laugh with the sinners than die with the saints any day. Wink. Plus, since I've been in this group, I have also gotten very acquainted with one of its newest members. Not only is he a fellow Disney character, but he's also a fellow Greek like yours truly, not to mention a swell brainiac to boot. But don't take my word for it, just ask him yourself.
Greetings meddlesome strangers, it is I, Mechanicles, greatest of the great Greek geniuses, and as you can probably already guess, I'm the Zigzag Zowie's newest head inventor. Moreover, I'm also in charge of keeping the delectable meat slabs of our ever-growing membership looking as smooth and squeezable as the luscious display of spanner carpet belonging to yours truly. I also create an assortment of mechanical insect henchmen / buggyfoot slaves with smooth and shiny exoskeleton steppers to fuel our group's ever-growing horniness, and hopefully such technical marvels will get me noticed by a medical mechanical talent scout and I can put my creations on the pedal map and give Stu Pickles a run for his $1,000,000. Speaking of our aforementioned rival group and its worthless currency, the real reason I joined this group was so I could finally one-up my literal arch-enemy Aladdin and prove that I have the smoothest pedalage over that damned ashy Arab. You may think I'm exaggerating, but I'll still never forgive that digit ducker for ruining my chances with Wahid. If he hadn't recommended Team Tarkoon to him, I would have totally made him my sexy underaged foot slave. Ugh. So enjoy the lap of loafer luxury while you can. Aladdin, pause when you least expect it. Sweet rape revenge will be coming your way. Okay then, introduction, check. Factoids of my position in group, check. Declaration of war against sworn enemy in rival group, check. What's next? Oh yes, pass mic over to next member. Alrighty then my fine furry foot friend, take it away.
Hello, my name is Wilford B. Wolf and I'm here to show you my marvelous pectoral status.
Why don't you let out your buttons, Steve? This is my introduction here. Oh sweet Lilith, where's that doddering old squirrel with the gratuitous cameo reference when you need her?
Ugh, just another day in the life of Jimmy Neutron.
Sorry about the confusion, folks, but yes, I am the actual Wilfred Wolf of this group, and if you doubt my credentials as a swell furry footster, then just take a quickie little gaze down under at my fluffy brown pancakes. And speaking of the fuzzy little protagonist from the show which I represent, for those of you who thought I wanted to eat Quickie Cola, well, there is actually only one part of his body that I want to sink my teeth into, and that would be his invincible little speedy toes. But try as I might to swipe him up for a swell sexy time, he always manages to slip through my foot-lusting fingers. Erg.
Fact number 666. After sleeping a good 22 hours, the average cola can actually travel up to speeds of 666 miles an hour, or 1071.823 kilometers an hour.
Don't you run away and do something else! Right. But anyways, that's the long and short of it between me and Quickie. Also, since the characters of this obscure but swell cartoon show was produced by the Australian Hanna-Barbera Animation Studio, also known as Southern Star, I myself can use the indigenous status to claim the dole and simply with little to no problems from customs. Haha. Well, I guess that's it. Go ahead and take it from here, Toothy.
Hello, my fellow footsters. My name is Wally Walrus, and if you recognize me as one of the main antagonists from the Woody Woodpecker cartoons, well, you'd be then that fancy mammal flipper on right. Now then, I let you know that the bitter rivalry between me and Woody is more complicated than you think, especially since he happens to be a poopy bird faggot in the Barney Bunch. So as you can imagine, he would rather try to stick his feet up my arse, or have me do vice versa with my morning with him to dine on a Swedish-style pancake breakfast from below the equator. Which is a real shame too, because he has a sexy smooth pair of birdie steppers that are just going to waste. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to live and let live, as they say. Me and Woody may not see eye to eye, or in this case foot to foot, but at least I know you'll always have my backside. An odium community, that's still better than nothing.
Hey there, folks. Remember me? Well, if not, then pop, perhaps you remember the segment of the Dropbox episode that featured that Japuchin of Yumiyake, where she whisked away Miss Mooma Maria to a happily ever after. Well, judge your memory. But yes, I was one of the side characters from the animated film Ralph Caucus Once Upon a Time, who had his still lusting eyes on Mooma Mary Lou, the wicked step-sister to Maria. And even though a bunch of demonic crackers got their hands and vaginas on my would-be onion bride, I am not to shut up, I mean shook up about it, because I still got room of my satisfaction thanks to Mr. Vito, a young man who dresses in Lady Gaga garments. Yes, I'm a bisexual in case you haven't figured it out. But now that I'm a member of the Zigzag Zoomers, oops, I mean the Zim Zonkers, no, I mean the Zigzags, I'll use the sky's the limit when it comes to love for love. Yes, I'm delighted, I'm enchanted. Now I know where the shoe pinches.
Yes, and speaking of things getting pinched, I could use an extra foot slave or two just to spice things up when I get bored with my bochies. So what do you say, Shoelace? Are you prepared for things to get a lot weirder than they already have?
Are you kidding? I was willing to propose to a gypsy's future little lesbian daughter. I was born for the crazy shit. We'll just let the newest corn cadet take it from here. Yes. Why hello there, I'm John Arbuckle from the Garfield franchise, and for those of you who get horny, not only do I watching cartoons but also the people who make them, the following segment of this video is for you. Oh sweet Lilith, the fourth wall is gonna be a shambles more than my flimsy love for love life. But more on that later. Anyways, it's true, I too am a funky fresh footster who likes to smear his smooth steppers onto any surface he can get them on. Yes! Before joining with Zigzag's Ma, I was just another down-and-out podophilic cartoonist who could only get his foot fixed from an orange feline with a Buddha belly. But since I joined this cultured caravan, I can spend all my nights getting footloose and fancy-free with a love partner of my choosing. And yes, I too am a pancake pansexual, using the male-to-female ratio of our aforementioned group, and also refer back to my pedal Pascal from the previous panel.
It's gonna blow!
Oh boy, and I thought my sister Luna was the only one who could bring down the house.
Oh, you said it, sis. That was a total wipeout.
Yeah, and here I thought those two rats were fucking obnoxious. But since I am now a member of a legit group of podophiliacs, I can finally go toe-to-toe, pun intended, with my one true rival in the foot fetish community, and that would be that damned Ataru Moroboshi of Tamabiki Town.
Not only does he have himself an ever-growing pair of fine foot fillies to fill the rim, but also he gets to travel around the world gaining attention and money for the brothel service he also happens to sponsor. And probably most damning of all is that he was actually able to swoon my cousin Elizabeth before I ever got a chance to do so. Mark my words, Moroboshi, I will become the more established onion bachelor if it's the last thing I do. You better watch your slender arse because I'll be coming to stick my foot in it. Oh, and it looks like our boss man is finally done with his Muslim shenanigans.
Phew, well that took a bitch of a long time, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Yes. Anyways, let's speed things up here. Other members of the Zigzag Zombies include Miss Buxley from the Beetle Bailey comics, Chihiro Kawai and the rest of the female cast from the Pretty Sammy Ovia trilogy, Morton Fizback from Denver the Last Dinosaur, Eustace Bag from Courage the
Bag. Oh sweet Lilith, I really am Drew's brother. Also, we're supposedly enemies, so why am I even here?
I am, as I was saying, Captain Sean Lafitte from the Captain Crunch commercials, Derek Delboy Trotter from the British sitcom series Only Fools and Horses, Wallace Cadwallader Walfoot Rodden is joined at the heel pedal pal Socrates Gooch Windgrass from the New Zealand comic series Foot Rot Flats, Mintok the Mind Taker from Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law, Chibadee Crockett and his maintenance crew / Footfly Honeys the Chibadee Gals from Mobile Fighter G Gundam, Squilliam Fancyson from SpongeBob SquarePants, Basil Fawlty and the rest of the main cast of Fawlty Towers, Gollum from Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings movie, Bonin from the Sailor Moon short Amy's First Love, Vice Principal Michael J. Woodman from Welcome Back Kotter, Major Frank Burns from MASH, Dwanam and Duke Unklid from the CDI Zelda games, Nugget Nose and his two lady friends Rita and Wendy from the Galloping Ghost cartoon, Chief Wiggum and Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons, Mr. Beastly from the Nelvana Care Bears cartoon, and Zartan from G.I. Joe. Moreover, Zartan's also a dual member of the Mihawk Marauders along with his group the Dreadnoks, who also serve as jumpers for Sir Crocodile's ring-based brothels. So expect us to also be major clients at said swell establishment. Well, thanks again for having us on your show tonight, Brack, and giving us a chance to explain our intentions in the community. Hopefully we'll gain enough recognition to get a literal jump on all our enemies and rival groups after all is said and done.
Oh yes, you're so welcome, Mr. Zigzag. It was such a pleasure having you. And I for one would like to thank Miss Luan and Luna Loud for providing all the side gags for this video. Ha ha ha.
Ah yes, that is indeed quite a swell. What? Those two loud siblings. Here. When?
Well, partner, it was when you were busy praying earlier in the video and we were introducing ourselves.
Yes, it's a shame they have already come and gone.
Yeah, boss, Papa Chow was busy tenderizing Luan's smooth whoopee cushions, and I got to watch.
Ah yes, and that fine Luna minstrel last Luna also takes a foot rub well while piping a swell tune. Ooh, I'm delighted. I'm enchanted. Now I don't know where the shoot pin. You two gem-brained idiots, why didn't you capture them?
What? Again? I just... fine. Well, it looks like I have to pray for another 666 hours.
So don't you run away and do something else!
Oh my, there he goes again. Well, I suppose we should just wrap things up here. And so until next time, this is Brack, and remember that if something feels bad, it's probably something great. Later, all you swell anti-socialites, ha ha ha.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
At a space disco somewhere in the Mizar galaxy.
Oh yeah, baby, nothing like taking a break from interviewing Steve Boney at Daddy's by getting down with my own cat funky self.
Oh my god, yes. Shake those pointy yellow feelers for mama.
Oh yes, for such a hard-shelled Boney bat pie he can throw down a funky Boney buddy for sure, hot.
Right, crack up, mate. Baby, I would so love to see if that arsehole has time has an exoskeleton exterior, fa.
Oh, you took the words right out of my blowjob lips, jazz my bro. I so want to have him spew this sticky hot protoplasm all over my scaly pecs and have him give me the space equivalent of a Cleveland steamer.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear, but would any of you literal party animals like to try some of this new love hormone that I've developed? All courtesy of my current bunion boyfriend, of whom I extracted it from. Yes.
Hi, I do have a vet in my heel, Aaron. So I can definitely get you a Daisy discount for your next checkup,
Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a long one for everyone tonight, yes, Sora Hanada.
Croc a didgeridoo!